Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Serbia and the Serbs don't have European values. I decided that by reading this article, where it seems like their president, the elected president of Serbia, refuses to legalize non-binary genders and same-sex marriage. Those are European values since, I don't know, year 20, common era, I guess, and we all had them, but the Serbs, they missed the memo, or the email was not submitted or something. You can make shit up, man. Let's read this little article coming from Sputnik. Serbian President Vucic refuses to legalize, quote-unquote, non-binary genders or same-sex marriage. Wow. Devil in disguise right here. Belgrade. Serbian President Aleksandar Vucic said on Sunday that he will not sign any laws on marriages for same-sex couples or non-binary genders as long as he is the head of state. And I quote, "I will not sign a document recognizing any gender other than a male and female or gender fluidity when a person says they feel male or female at different times," end quote. Vucic said on air of Serbia TV. He also said that Serbian Prime Minister Ana Brnabić supported such ideas, including legalization of marriages for same-sex couples. I think she's a lesbian. And I'm quoting, as long as is it still okay to use people as, the dictionary tells us? "As long as I'm a president," I'm quoting, "this legalization of non-binary genders and marriages for same-sex couples will remain prohibited," end quote, Vucic said, adding that Serbian society is traditional. Well, why do you have to say it's traditional? He doesn't get, just using, he doesn't use wrong or right, he uses traditional. So he's halfway there. Serbia has been criticized by the European Union for its conservative position. Vucic said and suggested that he was to blame for that. In earlier comments on the matter, Brnabić, Serbia's first female and openly gay prime minister, said that she would never share the view that the LGBT community was against the traditions and values of Serbian society. No, because they always did it, and if you remember, that's how you came into being, through those values. I am for allowing, obviously, people to have their own, to a certain extent, freedom of however they decide to have sex with another adult, consensual, and it seems like not blood related. That's a problem over there. Again, you have to say it's consensual but not blood related. But anyway, so obviously I disagree with other forms of adults with other so on. You know exactly what I mean. But I also have to recognize that certain things you can't put them or lump them together. And it's interesting that from, at least here in the United States of America, from what I read and I heard through, not direct experience, but through lectures and books and historical events, how it started, we just don't be hurt, don't hurt us, just leave us alone, do our thing. From there, it escalated, it progressed, okay, to this thing where you can't even have an opinion or a unsupportive, you see how I have to weasel my words, unsupportive opinion on those things that you might disagree with. So, and they ask you to be tolerant, but the tolerance goes only one way. Because when I want you to be tolerant about something, let's say I want your house, and you say no, and I say you're intolerant, am I not intolerant by asking you to accept me taking possession of your property? Yes, I am. So it started with just leave us alone. We just want to be left alone from being recognized, equal rights, recognize the same marriage, adopting children, all that, to the point where if you don't clap and show enthusiasm enough during a month, okay, you are a bad person. What's next? Are going to be concentration camps? Are going to be some, I don't know, public... And I had a conversation with my cousin a few days ago, and he brought up something very interesting, and I don't want to take over his idea, because he brought it up and he was right. He said, it's very interesting, look at the United States of America. They talk about inclusivity, and they try to bring people together and be united. But they actually create so much tension. And he said, look at what kind of months they recognize. February, the whatever month, June or July, the Pride month, so on. This is not, he said, and I agree with him, is not like bringing people together, because you're supposed to praise something that we don't all have in common. And he made a point, very intelligent point, and normal, I would say. Why don't we celebrate, let's say, goodness? Or why don't we celebrate parents, the month of the parents, or the month of love or loyalty? Things that those are universal. But when you have 12 months in a year, and you pick only this group has to be celebrated that month, this group, you exclude everybody else. I don't want to participate in tennis if I play soccer. But if you say sports, you're going to have a lot of people who participate in sports. There are some who don't participate. So then you're not going to call it sports. You can call it, fitness or health. The month of health. You don't have to say, well, I'm going to be the month of tennis. I don't care about past discrimination or that. That's done. I can't change. And if you bring these guys up here, you exclude me because I might disagree with certain things. So he had this point. So the same here. These guys are trying to impose certain things from here. They got here, and it seems like they're going to go to a direction where really we're going to have a different kind of, how should I put it? These guys are going to be special. I'm talking about certain groups or certain behaviors are going to be special. And you want to bring people together. They don't want to bring people together. You can think about many things as months or weeks. And first, why would you do that? Why would you do, let's say this month is for this group and is celebrating that? Why? Who says, why is that one of the, you have only 12. You have so many values that supersede or are better or higher in moral value, in however you want to call it, than the month of February or the month of July or something like that. That's the reality. This is reality. Courage is more important than me, isn't it? And I prefer that or I prefer that. And they call it love. Well, I have a lot of talk about love. Love is not only Okay, that's the difference between lust and love. Okay? Lust is part to a certain kind of love, but it's part of a love, but it's not love. Okay, I love my country, but I don't love my country. Okay, it's a difference. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So I think this month that these guys are imposing, and who is imposing on us this? This is not a unifying thing. Why? You can't skew us all. Maybe with time they think that they will skew us all to accept certain kind of things. Well, some of us don't. Some of us prefer this kind of fish to eat this one. It's not about that. Well, make the month of catfish. I don't like catfish. So how do you want me to be inclusive in that? You excluded me whatsoever. The problem is you never bring the other side. You seem to always, and I don't like the words always and never, but I'm going to use them now loosely. Always have a certain direction and never bring back, okay, you bring the month of Pride month. Okay, bring the heterosexual month. They will never do that. Why would you bring the February, the African American or whatever it is, or whatever they call it? Why don't you put the Asian month? Why don't you put the Indian month? Why don't you put the European, the white month? Why wouldn't you do that? And then you realize that the 12 months that you got, you don't have enough. And you divide it per groups. Let's say I'm an Asian. Why would I identify and say, in February, I'm going to be all talking about that? Why would I want? I want to talk about these guys, my group. Why would I want to talk about your group? to bring me together. Why don't you come together to my, let's call it, I don't know, the Asian month. And you guys celebrate me. Only me. Only me. Anyway, back to Vucic here. That's the Serbs. And the Serbs saying that, it's not going to help their European BS. And I think they should stay out of the European BS, because once you get over there, they will blackmail you. They will tell you gotta change your traditions, you gotta change your values, your culture. Otherwise, we're not gonna give you money. So you have to hate your mother and your father. Otherwise, the neighbor is not gonna give you money, or the association. Would you do that? Obviously not, if you're a certain kind of person. But if they work hard enough, they will get you to that point. You say, well, that's actually not my mom. I hate my mom. Remember 1960s and 70s, the revolution, the hippie? Again, remember, for instance, you can say, well, it's just a song, Emil. Yeah, it is a song, but if you read what exactly Jim Morrison meant in his song The End, for instance, The Doors, remember? You know, mother and father and so on. That was the attitude of changing the social structure, the fabric of a society, the family and all that. Who would want that? Would you want that? You want your family to be like that, with no rules, no traditions, no... Why do you do that? And I say, oh, it was this kind of a sexual revolution. Do you mean fucking one another? Is that... Oh my God, it's very deep. Like before you guys in the 60s, nobody was allowed to however they wanted. Really? Really? Do you think that your parents never did everything you do now? Like they were like, maybe. Was illegal? No. So what was the revolution? Lust and what? Breaking the fabric of a society? Good job. So anyway, that's a sign I'm old, okay? Because I agreed with certain things when I was much younger, and I very much liked Jim Morrison. But with time I realized he died at 27, so good job, yeah, I guess, good job. And many of his actions were infantile. I have to say it. I like his, his music. I like, certain things. But read his poetry. Yes, he was all this and all that. Read whatever he said about things. Yes, he was this and that. No, he was a young, very young person who had some certain kind of lack of understanding of the world. He had his, that's why he was popping pills, whatever, left and right. He died at 27. Is that a success? Well, you hear about his music. Yes, I hear. Very good, but you still died at 27. Why didn't you die at, I don't know, 60? Bring more to the world. It's enough how he brought. My friends, if you are, I don't know, older than 20, you will realize what I'm telling is, not a success story. What did he do? Oh, he brought us music. Well, okay, some people like it, some people don't like it. How about that? So you can consider it as a valuable thing from many perspectives. Why? It's a certain genre of music, a certain kind of music. Not everybody likes that. Not everybody likes all the words over there. To get high and light my fire so I can get higher. Why would I want that? What kind of society that would be? Well, you don't understand. I mean, okay, the Doors. Opening the doors of perception. What kind of perception were the doors meaning, the four of them? This kind of perception? What kind of society would you have? A productive society? Of course not. So there was an infantile worldview. And I don't want to take on Jim Morrison, which I still like, and I liked him more when I was much younger. But the same here, destroying the fabric of a society, and then do what? Not homogeneous? You're gonna do whatever you want to it. And starting from there, where's the family, the foundation of a society? Gone. Anyway, my friends, this is it. Vucic will go one day, and we're going to have other people over there changing things slowly with the mass media, with the news and entertainment, with the schools, with teachers. This is how you do it. It's not coming from, oh, we're going to do this. And if you have enough support money from outside and promotions from outside, you're going to hear about Gigi and say, oh, Gigi is a smart guy, like Foucault. Oh, Foucault is a great philosopher. Read his philosophy and see where that will get you with Foucault. And not only Foucault, and many others from the neo-Marxism, right? The guys who migrated from the Frankfurt School into the United States of America. Look what they did. And in France, the guys in France, okay, what's his name? Derrida, or whatever his name is. I can't remember. Always have a problem with him, his exact name. All right. And not only, there's a lot of books that I have here talking about that. Is this the one? All right, here. No, not this one. That's a very politically incorrect book. So right here, postmodernism, the classic tradition to postmodernism, okay, sociology. And here you have all these guys named beautiful people that obviously at one point you agree with them, modernity and postmodernism. And you have Herbert Marcuse, you have that one of them from Freiburg. You got a lot of people here. Adorno, you got that one. Horkheimer, Herbert Marcuse, Friedrich Pollock. You got a lot of people here, and this is not the one I'm actually looking for. Habermas, that's another one. Okay, look for them. And all these beautiful people who changed our, one-dimensional man and other. Habermas, another one. Remember that one. Adorno, as I said before. So anyway, this is all underlined with my little exclamation mark on the side of the page. Why? Important. So, destroy society, postmodernism. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.